To have your identity in Christ means that you believe in him and you act as he would want you to act. And you display yourself to others as he would want you to be seen.
So, of course, anyone can say that they're Christian, but to genuinely be in Christ is to have your person mystically united and one with Christ's own person. That is to believe in him and to be covered in his sacrifice of love and grace.
It's to understand and choose to believe, even if I don't feel like it's true, to believe that I am who God says I am. I am created in his image. I am a beloved child of God. And he sees me as perfect through Jesus' work.
I just think it means that you are trying to model after Jesus and that you think about him and what he wants in your life all the time.
One word to define my identity in Christ is redeeming.
Alive.
Family.
Loved.
Daughter.
Failing. That would be my one word, failing.
My identity now in Christ is blessed.
If I had to describe my identity in Christ in one word, it would be learner.
To root your identity in Christ is to move towards being more fully human and alive, because Christ embodies the fullness of what humanity is meant to be, united with God, worshiping him and following him in all his ways. See, because otherwise we're like animals. We are tossed to and fro by every whim, every persuasion, every desire of the flesh. But to be in Christ is to be a human being most alive.
If my identity is in, say, how well I do in school or a relationship, then what happens if I completely bomb, a test, or don't get into the college I want, or if that relationship ends? It's devastating. That shakes me to the core of who I say I am. And then what do you do? But even more than that, putting my identity in any one of those things, or in a relationship, or in a role, like my role as a mom or as a wife, or in my sexuality or my gender or my hobbies, my personality, even in how many or what type of religious activities I do. All of those are just a part of what makes me me, what makes me human. The only thing that is unchanging and unending is God. And nothing except being rooted in him as his image bearer and his child will ever cover and be foundational to every single possible aspect of my humanity, instead of just one little part that I've latched onto and to say that's who I am. It's just a tiny part. It's not all that he says I am.
It's important to find my identity in Christ because anything else is going to lead me to emptiness and hopelessness.
It's important to have an identity rooted in Christ because, from one of my favorite songs, Build My Life by Pat Barrett, he's a firm foundation, and it's a great starting point to build your life upon him because he's firm and he will not waver.
I remembered a prayer that Tate used to say every time he prayed, and it was, "Thank you for who you are and who you made us to be in your image." And I think it's just important that our identity is in Christ and we're thinking about who he is and how he made us to be.